If you were with us a couple of days ago, it was very snowy indeed, very grey over the top. And we've had a fresh dusting of snow, so slightly different conditions that we've had in the first half of these championships. And plenty of our skiers going for additional medals to their haul. Got a few new names today for the first time in this championship. I'll be running those through with you as we go throughout this morning session. So 2 runs, of course, in the women's giant slalom, which is due to get underway at 10:30. And we're just having a little view here at the top of the slopes. Melissa Perrine of Australia will get us underway. She'll be first lady out the gates at 10:30. And from our commentary position, we can beautifully see right in front of the finish line. Just got our 4 runners going through at the moment, just testing the slopes. And it does look absolutely fantastic. Last few chats there. So the snow conditions still hard. We did have that sort of dusting of snow yesterday throughout the afternoon. And it's a little bit colder than we've seen, 4.5 degrees minus. It's the coldest we've had an early morning of the competition thus far. So your start altitude there gives you a drop overall of almost 400 meters, 48 gates in total. And that view right there, just giving you an example of the size of the drop they've got to contend with over this course. And here is our vision impaired start line for you then. We've got 15 competitors in the vision impaired. Like I say, a few new names. Melissa Perrine will head us off. There's Henrietta Farkasova. Already 2 golds at these championships. Millie Knight going out 8th with Brett Wild. They won the Super Combined just a couple of days ago. Following, as ever, the vision impaired will be the standing. Molly Jepson joins us for the first time in these championships. But no stranger to the big events and medals as well. Marie Boucher and Varvara Voronchikina dominating the standing classes thus far. Voronchikina going for her 3rd gold medal. And Boucher her 2nd, and finally in the sitting competition, 6 entrants. Annalena Forster. She's won every single gold medal thus far, going for 4 out of 4. Good number 3 there was Mena Fitzpatrick. She's got a silver medal already in this competition in the women's super combined behind her teammate Millie Knight. So great day for Britain a couple of days ago. And we are about to get underway. Run number 1 of the women's giant slalom. In the gate, Melissa Perrine with Bobby Kelly, her guide, the Australian. It's her birthday tomorrow. 34 years old tomorrow. And off we go. Began skiing at the age of 13. Skis out of Copper Mountain in Colorado. You'll see a factored time there. If you are new to para-alpine skiing, a factored time, that's the percentage of speed the clock runs at. So you will marginally see the clock running a little bit slower than 100%. Oh, and she's taken a bit of a tumble there. She stays on her feet. Well recovered. Plenty of shouting going on between Melissa and Bobby. Of course, 2 runs. The first task is just to get yourself down to the bottom. Keep yourself in the competition. And again, just a little bit deep into that right-hander. Again, a hard surface still. Just looking at our commentary box to the right-hand side, coming over the bank in just a moment's time. This is a little bit tidier now in the second half. Her idol is US mixed martial artist Ronda Rousey. And she's certainly fighting this course at the moment. 7 or 8 gates to go. And again, she's just a touch wide, losing ground with her guide, Bobby Kelly, having to really slow down and wait. So it's not going to be her best run, Melissa Perrine. And she crosses the line and sets it at 1:27. In fact, 1:26.55 is on our computer screens. A little bit slower than that on the graphics, so we'll wait and see. But 1:26.55 then for Melissa Perrine. Now, Barbara Eigner of Austria. Clara Sciorra, the guide, and already 5, almost 6 seconds clear through the second intermediate. 12 seconds, in fact, in total. My goodness, for the 16-year-old. And Menna Fitzpatrick, 1 silver medal already. The guide, Katie Guest. "23 years old, Britain's most decorated Winter Paralympian after her debut in Pyeongchang. She did break her leg at the end of the 2019-20 season. She fell during her Super G training as well in 2016-17, so she's recovered incredibly well. Back on her feet, she's 2.2 seconds down. 3 or 4 gates to go. And she's going to stop the clock. 2.91. So she looks fairly pleased with herself. Clap of the hands with Katie Guest. And on to Martina Votsa. Just 17 years old, plenty of youngsters in this one. So as in contrast to being an alpine skier, one of her hobbies is going to the beach. So a fan of all weather conditions. So just waiting on a graphic, we're aware. So we might get a finish time, we'll wait and see. That's a nice smooth run as well for the youngster. So we'll get a time confirmed for you as soon as we can. Now, Evangelia Nikau. Greek skier with Dimitros Plavetsas. Just getting confirmation of Votsa's time. It was a 1:19.65, put her in 3rd place. Evangelia Nikau, her time, can confirm, was 1:21.93, so 7.5 seconds behind our leader, Barbara Eigner. Now, Henrietta Farkasova. 2 gold medals already in this championship. Didn't take part in the super combined. She's back for the giant slalom with Eva Trakovica. And it looks quick too. 1:14.44 the time to beat. And she's a little bit slower, 1:15.6, so 1.16 seconds Farkasova behind Barbara Eigner. An embrace at the finish line. And, Elina Stari, Austrian. Just 15 years old, Stari. She's still a student. Congenital vision impairment, began skiing at the age of 2, so she's only been skiing 13 years. And here she is in her first ever World Championship. And only 3 seconds down through the second intermediate. Has only 2% vision, has Stari. Absolutely incredible to be on the slopes here in Lillehammer. And she'll cross the line as she gained or lost, just lost a second or so right at the bottom there, 4.13. That puts her in 4th place. And now Great Britain's Millie Knight. She's already got a bronze in the Super G and a gold medal in the Super Combined, with her guide Brett Ward having a fantastic champion. You spoke to her a couple of days ago, and she came in really with no expectations whatsoever. So the gold came completely out the blue. But regardless of what happens now, over the next couple of runs and races and days, she can look back on this very, very fondly and heading towards Beijing full of confidence. So lost a bit of time in the first couple of sections. Again, just getting down, get yourself into run 2. Keep yourself safe and on your feet. And there we go, 11.17, 7th place.
Millie Knight finished time 1:25.61. 7th position at the moment for Millie Knight.
Noemi Ristau of Germany. "30 years old. Started skiing at the age of 3. And only began Alpine skiing in 2015 in Austria. And her father encouraged her to take up the sport. And just the sense of competition that gives her satisfaction. She has been a bronze medalist at world level. That was in Italy in 2017. And 9.5 seconds behind Eigner puts her in 7th, arms in the air, happy with that, as she should be. And embraces her guide, Paula Brenzel. Now, Kara Matzel. "25 years old. Guarded by Fabriozzo Kessel. In 2020, she published a book she co-wrote with Dario Ozzimo, talking about their lives and the daily challenges faced by people with vision impairments. Diagnosed with glaucoma at age 18, crosses the finish line, 5 seconds back, and that is good enough for top 5. Through our first 10 VI athletes. Next up, double bronze medalist Sara Choi, guided by Kim Yu-seong. Some fantastic visuals across this championship, I'm sure you'll agree. Especially with the sun in the background. Not the greatest top half then for Choi. "25 years old. residing in Italy. When he took up the sport in 2018. Born without an iris in both eyes. Ambition is to compete at the 2022 Paralympics. 11.46. Behind still, it's Barbara Eigner. Second out the gate, still on top. Isabel Thal and Maximilian Kohn. (22 years old), still a student at the moment, studying sports science at Ruhr University. First ever World Championships for Thal. Also competed in judo and coached it since the age of 14 too. And she'll cross the line, 20.9 down, but she's reached the bottom. And a big smile on her face too, great to see. Very, very happy is Thal. Now, Linda Le Bon, double silver medalist in Lillehammer. Guided by Pierre Coquelet. Can she upgrade one of those silvers to a gold? She's having a tough first half of this run. And she's down in 12th place, is Le Bon. So not her best run of the championships by far. She makes her way into run 2. Penultimate athlete in the vision impaired, Luisa Gruber. Oh, and she's down, unfortunately, the 20-year-old. She's lost both her skis too, but great to see them back on her feet straight away. Over the first week or so of competition, plenty of skiers going down on these hard conditions. But Lisa Grube, the first of our skiers today, unfortunately. But she's safe and she'll make her way down to the bottom. And our final competitor then in the gate for the vision impaired will be Hanne Vadseth, 33-year-old. First ever World Championship in her home country of Norway. Originally started out cross-country skiing for a few years, but eventually found that the Alpine skiing was a branch that she performed much better at. So just a slight delay as she waits for Grube to clear the course a little bit further down. Guided by Marti Hansen. And this will be a very proud moment for her and her family and friends watching. She carried the Youth Olympic torch through Molde in Norway during the relay for the 2016 Winter Youth Olympic Games, held here in Lillehammer. And you can hear very clearly the shouted instructions from the guide, the communication between the two. Her philosophy is don't let the odds fool you. So to get into the top 10, needs to be around about 10 seconds within Barbara Eigner. Just taking it steady. 12.48, making her way to the bottom. She did miss the 2019-20 season due to a broken leg. I'm sure getting back to a World Championship in Norway is absolutely top of her list of things to achieve this season. Ten or so gates to navigate. Very composed, sensible run here from Hanni Vadseth. And she will make it through to run 2. 20.46 down, 13th place. And a bit of a smile there too. So Hanni completes our VI athletes in the giant slalom for run 1. And here's a run through. Second out the gate, Barbara Eigner, a 1:14.44. Henrietta Farkasova, 2 gold medals already at this championship, just 1.16 down. And then the Brit Menna Fitzpatrick trying to convert a silver into a gold here in Lillehammer. And we move on to the women's giant slalom standing class. Molly Jepson will be first out the gate. She got a bronze medal on the first day of competition. It looks like we are good to go. 18 years old, breakout star on the international Alpine scene. In fact, in 2018, she was named the Canadian Paralympic Committee Best Female Athlete. And when your peers are talking about you like that, you know you've got a good thing on your hands. She has had multiple setbacks in her career. She skis out over Whistler in Canada. And this looks like a really nice run from Jepson. Cutting in nicely through all the gates. Trains with the national team at the Canadian Sport Institute Pacific Campus in Whistler. And this is really tidy. 3 gates to go. And she is going to set the mark at 1:15.25. That is the time to beat. Andrea Rothfuss, 32 years old. Long-term rival, Marie Boucher. They've gone head-to-head many times. Boucher already won gold, silver and bronze in Lillehammer. She's just 0.2 down. Been skiing since the mid-1990s at age 6 as Rothfuss. Began racing in 2000, so 2 decades racing down the slopes. Plenty of gold medals and championships in 2019, though 3 silvers and a bronze in Kranjska Gora. And she's 1.41 down on Molly Jepson. Doesn't look too pleased, in fact, at the bottom. Slight shake of the head. Alana Ramsey, 27 years old. Trying to make it 2 Canadians in the top 2. She's out of Alberta, Canada. She says, work hard for what you want and watch the magic happen. Oh, she's down! Oh, she was 0.2 under through the first gate. And she sat up immediately, maybe just holding her side a little bit. Ah, that's a real shame. She was going well, Ramsey. Trying to add to her silver medal from the Super G earlier in the week. Let's just see here, yeah, just a little bit bumpy. It's been bumpy all week and all skis just went from underneath. And yeah, holding her hand there, so we'll wish her well and hope it's not too bad. Still a couple of races to come. And that's her done for the giant slalom. Michaela Gosselin. So all the Canadians, isn't it, in the early part of the women's standing. She's 21 in just a week or so's time, is Gosselin. Looking forward to the 2022 Paralympic Games in Beijing. Just a single pole skier in the right hand. 3 seconds behind her teammate Jepson. Also a ski coach at Ulster Bluff Ski Club in the Blue Mountains, Ontario. And she's 5.24 down, 3rd place.
1:20.49, 3rd best time so far.
Petra Smatsova, the 31-year-old. She has won bronzes and silvers at World Championships going right back to 2011. But yet to get her hands on a World Championship gold. She's 4 seconds down to the 2nd time in gun. And another single pole skier in the right hand. Her father taught her to ski at the tender age of 3. Oh, just a little jump there. Held on nicely. Field of 18 competing in the women's standing. She goes into 4th place, 7 seconds down. Ebba Orsho of Sweden. She was 21 earlier this month on the 12th of January. 2nd day of competition, actually, so a birthday during the World Championship, and she's 1.43 up. Is Orsho going nicely. Look at that, diving deep into the turns. Got involved in para-alpine skiing after an impairment stopped her progressing further in able-bodied, and she's out. Oh, no. Oh, she's devastated. Oh, she was leading, head in her hands. What happened here? She's missed the gate. Oh. Just taken the wrong line by a few yards too. You won't see that too often. She can't believe it. She won't know she was up. She'll have known she was going quick, but she won't have known she was a second half lead over Molly Jepson. That'll make it even worse when she gets to the bottom. But we move on. Anna-Maria Ryder. A bronze medal so far at these championships. in the super combined. And she's 0.03 up, and that loses a quarter of a second through the second timing gate. Just 21 years old. Most influenced by her parents. She has got a bronze in the 2017 World Championships. And she's going nicely. So 0.2 down. Doesn't seem to be holding the speed of Molly Jepson through the latter stages. Happily be proven wrong. And she's 0.61 behind, but good enough for second place.
Ryder, 1:15.86. She's 0.61 behind after the first run. Anna-Marie Ryder.
And now Marie Bochet. Too many golds to mention at world and Paralympic level. She's already 0.59 down through intermediate 2. She's got every colour of medal at these championships already. A gold, a silver and a bronze. I know which one she'll want to double up on. Yeah, nice and low. Holding that speed through the last couple of gates. Surely she'll go into the lead. And she does 0.55, lost 0.4 in the latter stages. Just shows how good Molly Jepson's time was. But she is incredibly pleased with that. Shaking of the fist in celebration. She'll sit in the leader's chair. So Molly Jepson down into the silver medal position, currently through run 1 now. Vavrina Voronchikina. She has been the star of the women's standing so far in these championships. 2 gold medals. Marie Bochet said after her gold on day 1 that she was looking forward to competing against some younger skiers. And Voronchikina then took 2 golds, but she's just gone wide. 1.05 ahead at second timing, but a wide turn. Will that have cost her some time? It would have cost her some speed, but she's got a second to play with. She's still looking good. Looks very nice indeed. In fact, she's lost 1800ths. 1 1/4 seconds lost on the bottom stages, and she looks disappointed. Arms in the air, and it's only second place for Voronchikina. Now, half a second separating your top 3. Bochet, Voronchikina and Jepson. Ami Hondo of Japan. 25 years old. Only took up the sport seriously in 2016 at the Mount Dobson Ski Arena in New Zealand. Did take part in the last World Championships, got a bronze medal in the downhill. So she's used to the big occasion. And she's out as well. Oh my goodness. That's 2 in the last 4 athletes. And she can't quite believe it either, hands on her hips. So Lucia Smetsiko of Croatia. One pole skier in her right hand, 3.45 down. But as we're seeing, as the morning goes on, it seems to be that get yourself to the bottom, keep yourself in the competition for run 2. And some great skiers already out of the competition. 18 involved in the standing. So this is just a safe run now from Smetsiko. Just 17 years old, resides in Zagreb. She's 13.83 down, Smetisko. But she's in run 2.
Next runner, representing RPC.
Tasia Foriash of Team RPC. Just 16 years old. And this isn't too bad through the early stages, only 3.6 behind Marie Bochet. Oh, and she's, oh my goodness, she's fallen over the line, but it doesn't matter, she's actually got a smile on her face. She sees the funny side, just 5.58 down, and just as she crossed the line here, lost her footing, almost held it up, but she was so close to the end, it didn't quite matter, she was over the line. And she's okay, and it's more than an okay time for the youngster. Daria Ishichenko, teammate of Foriash of Team RPC. And just like her teammate, goal number 1, cross the finish line. 8.13 down. It's going to be just outside the top 10 as it stands. There we go, 9th place in fact, 12.94. And she should be satisfied with that run. Ali Johnson of the United States. 27 years old. From Chicago, Illinois. Enjoys spending time with her dogs. Born with an underdeveloped right arm, so first ever World Championship. I'm sure she's got family and friends at home cheering her on. Come on. Just getting a bit wide out of place, but she's still on track. Lost a bit of speed, it doesn't matter. Just needs a sensible run to get her to the bottom. A few more wide turns. Actually works as a therapeutic horse riding instructor. So she'll be used to keeping herself calm. And there's big cheers of Ali as she crosses the finish line. First World Championship, and she's into run 2 of the giant slalom. Teammates very happy at the bottom. Laura Valieno of Romania. She was 32 on the 8th of this month. Resides in Munich, Germany. A little bit too wide, and she's missed the gate. Doesn't take too much offline. And if you're carrying a little bit of speed, very, very hard to recover. Natalia Mintolova. 18 years of age, first World Championship. 2019, she was named the best junior para-alpine skier by the Slovak Association of Para-Athletes. So they saw something in Mintolova. I'm sure this will be her first World Championship of many. Making her way very carefully down the slopes here in Lillehammer. This is all about experience. Mintolova wouldn't have come into this championship looking for a medal. Should have come here looking to make a few runs, get used to the atmosphere, the occasion, to build on that for future. We're in Sweden in 12 months' time. No doubt she will be there. Just into the closing few gates. And she'll go into 12th position, 31 seconds down. It doesn't matter about the time here.
Third 12 at the moment.
She'll have wanted to have gone quicker, but when it's your first Worlds, you're just soaking it all in. Penultimate skier then, Shane Vasby of Israel. Single leg skier. Second race of the championship. Again, just a careful descent on the slopes. 20 years old. Again, another one on their first World Championships. The dream is to compete in Beijing. Big yells as she tries to navigate her way through the centre part of the course. Said when she first touched snow for the first time, she fell in love with the sport. And if she can compete 2 runs here, I think she'll fall in love with Lillehammer. Over the line she goes, 13th place. And a couple of big, deep breaths as she crosses the line too. That took a bit of effort. And finally, Stella Stefanova of Bulgaria. Another in their first World Championships. "41 years of age. Trains at the Bansko Ski Club. And again, like Shane Vasby, just taking her time, learning every single day of these championships, whether in training or in competition. And she makes it through run 1. And plenty of more experienced and faster skiers haven't. So let's have a quick look then at our leaderboard in the women's standing. Marie Boucher, surprise, surprise. 1800s ahead of Varvara Vronchikina. It's that rivalry once again. It's been the story of the women's in the standing for this championship. And Molly Jepson, half a second behind Marie Boucher in 3rd place. And finally then for the morning, it's the sitting for the women's giant slalom. Strong favourite, 3 gold medals already in these championships. Anna-Lena Forster. Can anybody get close to the formidable German? She will be first out the gate, the first to cut the snow in the women's sitting. She will set the benchmark time.
10 seconds.
26 years old. The dominant force in the women's sitting. Fifth World Championship, goes all the way back to Spain in 2013. Multiple gold, bronze and silver medals, but it's a triple of the one everybody wants in Lillehammer so far. And she's going for 4 out of 4 today. Her entire family are passionate skiers, parents and her brothers. And they were the ones that encouraged her to take up the sport like there was any doubt she was going to get into Alpine skiing. In fact, in Sochi in 2014 that she really made her name and came in between Lurscher and Schöffelhauber, who were the dominant forces at the time. So far, nobody has gone quicker in any race than Annalena Forster. And she will safely navigate through run number 1 and set a time. Can anybody beat 1:20.21? That is the question now. She doesn't seem too pleased. Bit of a shake of the head there across the finish line. I think she could have gone a bit faster. Laurie Stevens of the United States. 37 years old. She was a double gold medalist at the Paralympic Winter Games in Torino in 2006. She's been on the circuit. She's seen it all, done it all. 1 bronze medal at Kranjska Gara in 2019. But yet a medal here in Lillehammer. 2.76 down on Forster. Began skiing at the age of 12 at Loon Mountain in New Hampshire. Just we lost a little bit of speed there on that tricky right-hander. Can she make up any time over the latter stages? Born with spina bifida, her impairment. Also competed in para swimming and previously held 2 US records in the sport, so multi-sports athlete. But she's lost a little bit too much time than she would have wanted, certainly over these middle stages. However, with 6 competing in the women's sitting, as we've seen already twice in these championships, only 2 have finished 2 of the events. So get yourself down, cross the line, put you in great stead for a medal. And she does finish from 1, 14.26 down. The very experienced Laurie Stevens. Next up, Katie Kombeluzzier of Canada. She has a bronze and a silver to her name. Can she go one better? There was a bronze in the downhill and a silver in the super combined. She was 28 2 days ago. On the day she won a super combined silver medal. So a great birthday week for the Canadian. Also enjoys rock climbing, canoeing, paddling and hiking. And this looks like a run good enough to get into 2nd position at the moment. So she grew up skiing and it was her favourite thing in the entire world. A bachelor's degree in kinesiology at Queen's University, Kingston in Ontario. And began studying medicine at the University College Dublin in Ireland, so she's travelled too. So again, a little bit like Laurie Stevens, using a bit of pace in the middle section, but that looks quick through there. She's picked it up. 2nd place currently 14.26 down is Laurie Stevens. And she'll nip over the line at 13.41 for 2nd place. Just shows, even though Annalena Forster was shaking her head as she crossed the finish line, could have gone quicker, The next two outside of 10 seconds. Now, Shona Brownlee. "42 years old, first World Championship, and got a silver medal for her efforts in the Super G. She lost the use of her right leg as a result of an injury in 2012 whilst training in the Royal Air Force. She will have a lot of supporters watching back home in Britain. And, took up the sport after she saw an advert promoting a ski camp in Bulgaria whilst at Headley Court Defence in Epsom. Attended the course and was inspired to take up the sport seriously. And here we are, World Championships. Magical story for Shona Brownlee. And she knows full well that just getting to the bottom can get you a medal. She was one of only 2 finishers in the Super G, behind, of course, Annalena Forster. So she will know what she's got to do, a little bit wide, but keeping inside the gates. Just moving on to the bottom section. Very controlled, safe run here. Taking the gates nice and wide, no risks. We have seen a couple of athletes in the women's and the men's over the last few days when the outriggers can get caught in the gates. But she is down safely through run 1. 19.89 behind Forster.
1:40.10.
Penultimate athlete of the morning session then. Sara Hunde of Lithuania. Sorry, my mistake, Liechtenstein. In fact, she's not started. So we've gone straight on to Mona Loria. So no Hunde of Liechtenstein. So our final athlete of the day. So another in their first World Championship, the Finn. 41 years of age. Looking to follow in the skis of Shona Brownlee and win a medal at these World Championships. It's a Levi Ski Club in Finland, also enjoys cross-country skiing as well as the downhill. Cycling, canoeing. She broke her back in 2008 in an accident, and she's just about maintaining this run. Not the lines through the gate that she would have planned, but she's making her way down safely. So yeah, broke her back in 2008 in a snowmobile accident, which resulted in paralysis of her lower limbs. And it's another athlete where the time is almost irrelevant. This is the first Worlds. There's another one in 12 months. And that might be her focus at the moment, gaining experience, taking in the atmosphere. And she'll be desperate to complete 2 runs in the giant slalom. Again, just getting a little bit deep into that right-hander. She can see the finish line now as the sun starts to appear on the slopes. It's a beautiful blue sky day in Lillehammer. And she will make it down and complete our run number 1, 34.93. But it's good enough, of course, for 5th.
1:55.14 for Laurila. Is 5th at the moment. We have an official list based as
So a final look at our leaderboard then. No surprise to see the German Annalena Forster going for her 4th gold of the championship. And it's a considerable lead over Kombeluzzier and Stevens. So that is our first run done of the day here in Lillehammer in the women's giant slalom. Not too many surprises, but we're back at 1:30 this afternoon for run number 2. There's 3 more gold medals up for grabs.
Bien la banane à mon niveau et tout le reste en dessous pour découper.
Finish time followed by Ryder. This time, reverse side two by Ryder also.
One gold, 1 silver and 1 bronze medal so far. He's with 0.59 and the second is the leader, Boucher. Jepson, 1:25, here comes Boucher.
1:14.70, reverse time. 3:55. Very good first run for Boucher. But no more on Tikina.
Second, Alpine for good.
No, good frolic.